Most flaw and parallel flaw passages will contain a common flaw, while the rest will contain a specific assumption that's unique to that argument. There are about 18 common flaws to look out for, of which 3 are what we call the big 3 common flaws, the ones that show up much more often than any other. The next 3 videos will take you one by one through each of these 3 flaws. The flaw you'll see the most often is, by far and away, the necessary sufficient confusion. This one comes in 2 forms. The first is when the argument negates the sufficient condition and uses that to then negate the necessary condition. As a refresher from the previous unit, the sufficient condition is the cause and the necessary condition is the effect. This flawed argument assumes from the fact that A causes B that not having A prevents us from having B. Here's an example. If I win the lottery today, I will be happy. I did not win the lottery today, therefore I will not be happy. Just because winning the lottery is one way for me to be happy doesn't mean that winning the lottery is the only way for me to be happy. Even if I don't win the lottery, I could still be happy for any number of other reasons. The second variation of this flaw is when the argument affirms the necessary condition and uses that to affirm the sufficient condition. This flawed argument assumes that just because B is a requirement for A, B alone is enough to cause A. Here's an example. You need to be at least 35 years old to be elected president. I am 42. Therefore, I will be elected president. Just because being at least 35 is a requirement for being president doesn't mean that being 35 or older guarantees that you'll be president. There are plenty of people over 35 who are not the president. This flaw is one that you'll see so many times that you should ideally begin to recognize it almost instantly once you've gone through enough practice problems. It's going to become your best friend and hopefully yield some of the quickest and most rewarding questions on the whole test.